Hi, I've had a few questions about making yogurt in the Thermomix. Things like what sort of milk should I use, what recipe should I use, how do I create flavours, yogurt. So let's start out with the first question, the type of milk. That's what I love about making your own yogurt is you can choose. So if you like A2 milk, you can make A2 yogurt. If you want an organic yogurt, you can use organic milk. If you want to have really cheap yogurt, which is my favourite one, just buy milk that's on special. Since we've been also in lockdown, I've been using UHT milk because we could only get 2 bottles of milk. I didn't want to be using it all on yogurt, so I've actually been finding UHT milk. It's been making a nice thick creamy yogurt as well, so that's also available to you. In terms of what recipe I use, I've actually become a really big favourite of the natural yogurt that you make in the bowl, which is this bit here. It makes 1.8 litres of yogurt in a go, which works really well for our family. If you're wanting to make a smaller amount, there is the Varoma method, and you can either use the little jars, which are a bit like this, or you can get the Thermomix ones online, or sometimes I've even made it in a big sort of glass coconut jar. Now, what do I do? So when I get my, I do ferment overnight because it is an 8-hour process, and our Thermomix gets used so much during the day that I just can't tie it up for that time period using yogurt. So in the morning when it's finished, first thing I do is I take 120 grams of the yogurt that's in there, and this becomes my starter for the next batch of yogurt I do. The other thing I should probably say is when I use the recipe, I don't put any sugar in because I want to make a Greek yogurt to start up with. Okay, so that's just Greek yogurt in here. I then take off a smaller jar of Greek yogurt. Okay, so this will do us for our nachos and anything that I want to use a plain yogurt with. I then create 2 big jars, so these are 900 gram jars. So this one in here is actually vanilla flavour. So what I do is the night before when I make up the yogurt, I actually add about 2 tablespoons of sugar to a little bit of milk with some vanilla, and I just stir it and put it in the fridge overnight, and that allows the sugar to dissolve. Now 2 tablespoons may sound a lot, but if you actually work out 2 tablespoons per 900 grams of yogurt, it's something like 3, 4, 5%. And if you look at all your commercial yogurts, you'll find a lot of them can be more around 8 to 13%. So I think a little bit of sugar is fine, and for a bit of sweetness, and you can control it. If you've got kids or family members are moving from traditional high sugar yogurts, just slowly cut the amount of sugar back each time you make it until they go, oh, or they won't eat it because it's too sour. So here is my vanilla yogurt. And then from that same bowl, I'm also getting about 900 grams of yogurt, which we turn into fruit yogurt. And I do this a number of ways. If we've got fresh food available, I often might just make a little coulis in the Thermomix for it and mix that through. I sometimes use canned fruit, which will also have if it's in a syrup, will have sweetness in that too. And the other thing I sometimes do is use frozen berries as a coulis. So once I just tip the plain yogurt into here, and likewise with the vanilla one, just tip the yogurt in, and then that vanilla mix that I had put in the fridge, I just stir it through, and likewise I just stir the fruit through this one. So that is how I get 3 different types of yogurt out of one recipe, plus my starter for the next one.